The Basics of Zen Meditation Part 1. Introduction to Zen. Zen is a meditative practice that developed in India and China, where it is known as Chen, as part of the 2,500-year-old tradition established by Siddhartha Gautama. He came to be known as the Buddha, which simply means awakened. He lived and died as a human, not as a god to be worshipped. Chan spread from China to Korea, as Sun, Japan, as Zen, and Vietnam, as Tien. In the last 40 years or so it has taken root in many other countries. While the Zen school accords with traditional Buddhist teachings in every way, it has a radical directness that challenges traditional spiritual orthodoxy. Zen is a practice of transforming our mental processes by honoring the present. It is at home in the acts of changing a baby's nappy, a staff meeting at work, stuck in traffic, or chopping vegetables for dinner, as it is in sitting on a remote mountain top. Why meditate? Meditation can, it seems, bring both physical and mental benefits to those who practice it regularly. These benefits, according to medical studies, range from improvements in concentration and reasoning power to improved immune system activity, and relief from conditions such as insomnia and blood pressure. Nevertheless, Zen practitioners still develop and suffer and die from serious illnesses. Meditation is not a means of attaining physical immortality or exempting oneself from the laws of nature. The main reason why Zen practitioners meditate, however, is to see things as they are, and this includes ourselves. We are largely unaware of the link between our usual pattern of mental activity and the suffering that this causes to ourselves and others. Consistent observation of the mind, during meditation and through the day, reveals that much of our time is spent grasping after certain things and circumstances, and rejecting others. We see that we spend a large amount of time and energy recycling past pleasures and grievances, or dwelling on how things could or should be better in the future, comparing things and people constantly and putting them into dualistic categories such as good and bad, desirable and undesirable, right and wrong, guilty and innocent, friend and enemy, and so on. As we meditate, we begin to see more clearly our many prejudices and sticking points, and this leads us to try to refine our characters. Simple, honest nonverbal observation of our mental and emotional processes does produce a change in the way we approach situations and people that we meet. The eventual result is an approach to life that reflects attitudes of not rejecting or grasping, not twisting the truth, refraining from excessive satisfaction of appetites and not indulging in self-deception. This outlook manifests both on a personal level and on a larger societal level, and comes from insight rather than an exercise of will. Thus we become less inclined, for example, to steal from those around us, as well as from the natural environment. We are less inclined to escape from life through chemical or other drugs, or by turning a blind eye to the needs of others or to the ecological effects of our lives. Have we ever known this now? If you reply yes, you are ignorant about this now, this yourself, because this now has never sprouted before. It has never happened, and never have we experienced it. This is totally new and once here in eternity. Jnana. 2. Continued practice of awareness over many years can bring experiences of deep insight which change our view of ourselves to the point that we can see that the self to which we have been dearly attached for our whole lives is nothing more than a self-made mirage. It is like peeling a banana tree. Layer after layer of mistaken thoughts are removed until not only do you not see a disguised and pretending self, but also you do not see even a naked self. You aim to discover yourself, but end up discovering that there is nothing to discover. In more concrete terms, practicing meditation gradually reduces your wandering thoughts until you experience the state of no mind. Then you will naturally realize that your life in the past was built on an accumulation of perplexed and mistaken notions that are not your true self. Your true self is one that is inalienable from all others. The objective existence of all events is all the various parts of the subjective existence of yourself. So you don't have to seek for anything or to despise anything. That which is before you at each moment is what you have been looking for, and you can't and don't have to add anything to it for it to be perfect. Having reached this stage, the meditator becomes full of warm compassion towards all human and other beings. His or her character is radiant.